Hello guys and welcome to Teleperformance AMCAT Masterclass. TP's AMCAT test is more than just an assessment as it is designed by the company to evaluate your communication skills, personality trait and analytical skills at a deeper level through various rounds. And in this video, I'll provide you with all the necessary information and my top tips to help you prepare well for the AMCAT test and achieve higher scores in less time. Trust me, if you follow my instructions, clearing the AMCAT test will become super easy. Let's get started. This test has 4 parts. Part 1, Svar Spoken English Test. Part 2, Personality Test. Part 3, Basic Analytical Ability Test. Part 4, Typing Test. I'll brief you everything about what you are supposed to do in each section, number of questions that you will face in that section, and the allotted time to answer each question. I will also highlight key points to focus on during the test, along with all my tips and tricks and the required study materials specific to each section to help you score better. Guys, I would advise you not to skip any section as each part holds its own sets of challenges and requires a different approach to ace the test. Let's move on to our first part, Part 1, Svar Spoken English Test. As I said earlier, this test has 4 parts and each part has subsections. Let me first tell you about what all sections are there in Part A. Section A, Read and Speak. Section B, Listen and Repeat. Section C, Free Speech. Section D, Listening Comprehension. Section E, Vocabulary. And Section F, Grammar. Let's move on to our first section, Read and Speak. As the name suggests, in this section you need to read and speak the sentences displayed on your computer screen. You will receive a total of 13 sentences one after the other, and you will have 12 seconds to record your response. The test will automatically move ahead after you speak each sentence. For example, the machine will say, please read out sentence 1, and you will then read sentence 1 which is displayed on the screen. Remember, there are only 2 things that will be evaluated in this section, which is your fluency and pronunciation. Therefore, your entire focus should be on speaking the sentences fluently without hesitation or using fillers. For example, if the machine says, please read out sentence number 4, and if the sentence says, he cooks hamburgers and leaves his dirty dishes in the sink all night, then you must read it loud and clear without fumbling. Guys, the moment you fumble or use fillers, you will get a negative marking for not speaking the sentences properly. यहाँ पर आपने जब भी या कोई fillers use किए, so bot, which is the automated machine who's checking your test, will take it as you have some reading issues and you'll be marked down. You should read the sentences like this. He cooks hamburgers and leaves his dirty dishes in the sink all night. Remember, fluency and pronunciation are the 2 things checked by the bot in this section. Let me give you a tip that will help you score maximum in this section. If the sentence says, he cooks hamburgers, और आपने उसकी जगह गलती से he cooks burgers बोल दिया, then do not try to correct that because bot is only checking your fluency. Just go with the flow and complete the sentence. There is no need to stop or try to correct the incorrect word that you said. जो आपने बोल दिया वो बोल दिया, उसे वैसे ही रहने दो. Keep going and read the rest of the sentence without using fillers. This is one of the easiest section of this test. So जितना ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा score कर सकते हो section में उतना कर लो. That will be good for you. Let me share a few sample sentences that you can use for practice. You can either pause this video or read them or take a screenshot to practice them later. Let's move on to our next section, Section 2, Listen and Repeat. In this section, you will hear an automated voice that will speak a sentence to you, and you must repeat it exactly as you hear it. This round is all about listening and repeating the sentences. Each sentence will be played only once. For example, if the machine says, don't worry, you can talk to me whenever you want to, once the machine is done, then you have to repeat the same sentence back to the machine. You will get a total of 9 sentences one after the other, and for each sentence, you will have 12 seconds to repeat it. However, if you remain silent or fail to speak at all, the machine will proceed to the next sentence automatically, and you will get Shunya Bada Pitaji for not attending the sentence. The only difference is that in the previous section, you had sentences written on the computer screen, whereas in this section, you need to listen to the sentences and then repeat them. It may sound easy right now, but it's actually not, because the first 2 or 3 sentences will be very easy, which you can easily understand and repeat without any problems. However, as you move on, the sentences will become longer and more challenging. which you might have issues memorizing or understanding, especially with the American or British accent. Actually, बहुत सारे candidates के साथ ऐसा होता है that they're not able to comprehend or understand the sentences at all due to the foreign accent. बस आपको एक चीज का ध्यान रखना है, किसी भी सेंटेंस को स्किप नहीं करना और नॉट अटेंडेड नहीं छोड़ना. You must say something in order to avoid negative marking. Guys, take it as it is absolutely necessary to respond even if you do not fully understand the sentence. उसे attempt करो और वहां पर कोई भी एक random sentence बोल दो. For example, if the machine says, the driving instructor did not think Peter was ready to take the exam, and let's assume you missed half of the sentence or you did not understand anything at all due to the foreign accent, और आपको बस driver और Peter ही याद रहा. So what you can do is, आपको जो भी याद है, basis that you can create your own sentence and say it back to the machine. You can say, my driver Peter could not take me to the market because it was raining since morning. Sentence का जो भी part आपको याद है या जो भी समझ आया, उसको लेकर एक sentence construct कर दो which is grammatically correct. बस ये बात याद रखना that in this section the machine will check your fluency, pronunciation and active listening. My suggestion would be to stay realistic and listen carefully to the sentences. Say exactly what you hear. Use this helpful tip only when you encounter difficulty. You can use the same method in the above section as well. To help you feel more comfortable with this section, I'm sharing few sample sentences. You can take a screenshot of these sample sentences which are appearing on your screen right now. You can either pause the video to read them or take a screenshot or read them later and prepare better. Let's move on to our next section, section 3, free speech. So basically in this section, you'll be provided with a topic. You will have 30 seconds to think about the topic and 3 minutes to speak about it. You may take notes during preparation in order to structure your thoughts. Begin speaking on the topic when you see the message, speak now on the screen. Let me first share a sample question with you and then I'll show you how you can speak on that topic for a longer period of time. Should parents choose the course of study for their children or should children choose their own course of study? Guys, as I said earlier, this is an automated test and it will be checked by the bot. And yes, there is no specific format that you have to follow. This means you're free to speak literally anything that you wish till the time you're grammatically correct, fluent, and your pronunciation is up to the mark. And as per the test instruction, before you start, you will get 30 seconds to think and prepare for the topic, and you must speak on it for 3 minutes. Let me share my absolute favorite trick with you that I use to pass and do well in these kind of sections. So while you're preparing, follow these tips. Number 1, सबसे पहले question को ही repeat करके end में ये बोल दो, it's an important topic. Guys, second and most important one, prepare any 2 topics of your own choice, like your most memorable day, how did you celebrate your last birthday, your favorite destination, or the person you admire the most. Why I'm saying so, you'll get to know that very soon, but you must prepare at least 2 or 3 topics if you really want to do well in this section. Number 3, if you know how to rephrase statements or sentences, it will be an added advantage as we have to speak on the topic for 3 minutes. Let me explain you through an example how you can rephrase statements and reuse them while you're speaking on the topic. I went to the market yesterday, but had to come back home as it started raining. Now let's see the rephrase statement. Yesterday, my trip to the market was cut short by the unexpected rain, so I had to come back home early. Guys, now it's time for me to share all my tips and tricks and show you how easy it is to play with words in this section. The decision of whether parents should choose their children's course of study or if children should make their own choice is an important topic. Both sides have valid points to consider. On one hand, parents may want to select the course of study for their children to ensure they lead to success. The most memorable day of my life was when I went on a family vacation to the beach. It was a sunny day with a gentle breeze that made the air feel refreshing. We reached the beach early in the morning and I could hear the sound of the waves crashing against the shore. The sight of the vast ocean filled me with excitement. On that day, my father mentioned that he would like to decide the course of study for me as he has more experience and knowledge about different careers and opportunities. He added by saying he has helped many other students and people in understanding what career path they should choose. They all have been very successful in their career just like my father. Fortunately, it was my birthday, but this birthday was little different than my last birthday. I still remember on my last birthday, we had a small party at home with my friends and family members. After blowing out the candles on my cake, we took some silly photographs together. My best friend gave me a handmade card that made me smile. Since I'm growing and everyone cares for me, so during dinner time, they one by one started giving their advice on which course of study I should choose. I listened carefully to everyone's suggestions and advices and told them I will surely consider all these points before making a final decision. Guys, did you see how easy it is to speak on topics in this test which will be checked by the bot? Guys, I can guarantee you, अगर आप मेरी ट्रिक्स और इंस्ट्रक्शंस फॉलो करोगे तो आप किसी भी टॉपिक पर 3 मिनट से ज़्यादा बोल पाओगे. कोई भी रैंडम टॉपिक हो, फॉलो द इंस्ट्रक्शंस एंड यू विल easily be able to speak more than 3 minutes on that particular topic. So as I said earlier, कोई भी 2 या 3 छोटे छोटे टॉपिक्स प्रिपेयर कर लेना and don't forget to keep coming back to the main topic जैसे मैं कर रहा था इस टॉपिक पर बोलते हुए. Make sure you maintain fluency. ज़्यादा fillers या नहीं करना, else you'll be marked down and you should be grammatically correct. Let me share a list of common topics to help you prepare better. Feel free to take a screenshot or pause this video to read them. Let's move on to our next section, section 4, listening comprehension. So basically in this section, you will hear a short conversation between two people. Once the conversation is over, you'll be asked 5 questions about that conversation. This section is designed as a multiple choice question section where each question will have multiple answer options and you must choose the correct one. Guys, मैं आपके साथ एक sample conversation share कर रहा हूँ to help you understand how it works on real-time basis. And once the short conversation is over, I will share 5 questions that we need to answer based on this conversation. So there are 2 main characters in this conversation, Mark and Tina, where Mark will act as a customer and Tina will act as a customer care executive. So the conversation starts like, Mark says, "Hello Tina, is this a good time to talk?" Tina says, "Hi Mark, yes we can talk. How are you?" Mark says, "I'm fine, but we are totally disappointed with the software your team developed. We got another bug and this is the 3rd bug this week. These things are badly affecting our workflow." Tina says, "Oh, could you please tell me what's this latest bug is?" Mark says, "When students register for online courses, they're unable to select their educational qualification from the drop-down list. The field is captured as null in every registration. This makes it impossible to ship the correct reading material to them." Tina, "I'm really sorry, Mark. My technical team will check this." Mark, "I don't think you have tested the application thoroughly at all. This is really bad quality." Tina, "I understand your frustration, Mark. I will ensure that you don't face any further issues with the software." Mark, "Please set this right immediately and keep me posted." Tina, "Of course, I'll get the bug fixed and keep you informed of the progress. Bye now." Now let's look at some questions. Question number 1. What was Tina's tone during the conversation? We have 4 options to choose from: apologetic, arrogant, foolish, careless. Now in this case, it will be apologetic. Question number 2. Which sector does Mark work in? Manufacturing, education, finance, or web development? So the answer is education. Question number 3. How many bugs has the client encountered? The correct answer is the 3rd one. Question number 4. How is the bug affecting Mark's work? Options are: students cannot enter their age, students can't log on to the website, student cannot complete the registration, students cannot enter their educational background. The answer is students can't enter their educational background. Question number 5. What should Tina's next step be? Options are: to complain to Mark's manager, to rectify the bug, to revise the payment, to scrap the project. The correct answer is to rectify the bug. Guys, to help you practice, let me share 2 short conversations along with question and answers. Feel free to take the screenshot or pause this video to read them. Let's move on to our next section, section 5, vocabulary. In this section, you need to choose the correct answer to each multiple choice question. Basically, you will receive a total of 5 questions. In the first 3 questions, you'll have to find the correct sentence, and in the remaining 2, you need to find one synonym and one antonym of given word. The system will indicate which sentence is correct. For each question, you will see 4 sentences on your screen and you will have to choose the correct answer. Let me share 2 sample questions. First one is, he couldn't finish the task although adequate time was provided. Second option is, he couldn't finish the task although exceptional time was provided. The third one is, he couldn't finish the task although tolerable time was provided. And fourth one is, he couldn't finish the task although delightful time was provided. Now, if you go through all of these, you can find exceptional, tolerable, and delightful are incorrect. So option 1, where it says he couldn't finish the task although adequate time was provided, is the correct one. Choose this one and let's move to our second question. Question number 2 is, what is an antonym for the word frequent? The options are free, repeated, rare, and irregular. So the correct answer is rare. Guys, let me share some frequently given vocabulary question and answers to help you prepare better. Guys, आपकी स्क्रीन पर टेस्ट में frequently given question and answers show हो रहेंगे. If you wish, you can pause the video to read them or take a screenshot or read them later. Let's move on to our final section of part 1, section 6, grammar. This section is also a multiple choice question section. You will get a total of 5 questions. In the first 2 questions, you will have to find the sentence that contains a grammatical error. And in the remaining 3 questions, you'll have to find a sentence that is grammatically correct. So the first question says, there is several projects that company hasn't completed successfully. If we look at this closely, you will find that the initial part of the sentence is grammatically incorrect. There is several. So choose this one and move ahead to the next question. The next question says, which sentence is grammatically correct? And the options are, I call you when the presentation starts. The second one is, I calls you when the presentation starts. The third one is, I'll call you when the presentation starts. And the fourth option is, I will calling you when the presentation starts. The third option is the right one. I will call you when the presentation starts. Select this and move ahead. Guys, again, let me share some frequently given grammar question and answers to help you prepare better. Feel free to pause this video to read them, or you can take a screenshot and read them later. So this basically takes us to the end of part 1. Guys, this video is getting a bit lengthy, so I've decided to split it into 2 parts. In the next part, I'll cover the briefing for the remaining rounds. On your screen, you will find some important videos that will help you in clearing your interview in a single attempt. So simply click on one of the videos showing up on the screen and I will start briefing you further. Bye now.